Obinna sat on the floor of his once vibrant sitting room, surrounded by silence so loud it echoed. Baby Adana's toys still lie in the corner, untouched. Her tiny socks were folded neatly on the table, and her baby chair sat by the window, as if waiting for her to return. Every morning, he opened her room door, stood there and just stared. Then he would sit, cry, and whisper her name until sleep took him. Adana, Daddy is sorry. Please come home. He hadn't gone to work in days. He hadn't betted in two. He barely ate. Grief gripped him like a shadow he couldn't shake. Some nights, he would stand on the balcony rail and stare down, wondering if falling would be easier than feeling. One of those nights, his younger brother, Emeka, arrived. Bro, Emeka stepped into the living room, shocked by the state of the house and the man who used to be his brother. What is this? Obinna didn't turn. He was lodged in a corner, eyes black. Emeka rushed to him. Obinna, are you okay? Have you been crying? I see her in my dreams, Emeka, my little girl. She stretches her hands to me and disappears. Emeka's face tightened. Jesus, you need help, bro. You are scaring me. I don't know if I should regret divorcing Achalugo or not. Ebina murmured, still not looking at him. I miss them both. I miss my family. But what she did, I can't forgive. Emeka knelt beside him. You don't have to forgive her yet, but you have to live. For Adana, for the hope that one day, maybe you will find her. Meanwhile, Achalugo hadn't stopped searching. Markets, hospitals, orphanages, police stations, churches, every day. She went out, clutching her daughter's picture like her life depended on it, because it did. She was thin now, tired, her beauty dimmed by guilt and endless weeping. The phone was no longer her companion, regret was. Her mother, Madame Ifoma, followed her around like a shadow, but the sharpness in her tongue had returned. One evening, as they sat on the veranda of their family house, Madame Ifoma hissed and looked her daughter over with pity and frustration. I don't know what to do with you anymore, she said, arms folded. You better pray we find that baby. Achalugo didn't respond. She just stared into the night. See how our neighbors look at us. You want to finish my name, eh? People are saying I raised a useless woman. Achalugo, you better get sense. Mommy, I'm already finished, she whispered. All I want is my baby. Madame Ifoma stood. Well, you won't remain in this household. People will mock us. I won't have it. You better make yourself useful and keep searching. We will beg Obinna if he will ever accept you back. Achalugo stood too, shaking with emotion. Do you think I care about this house? Do you think I sleep? Every night I close my eyes, I see Adana crying. I hear her calling me and I can't answer. Mommy, I am dying too. Madame Isfoma's anger flattered. She sat back down, sighed, and looked away. Mothers shouldn't bury their children, she muttered, and grandmothers shouldn't lose them either. Both women sat in silence, the weight of loss choking the night air. Back in Obinna's house, Emeka cooked. For the first time in days, he handed a plate of rice to his brother. You are not eating for yourself. Eat for her. One day we might hear something. Obinna took the plate with shaking hands. I still love her, he said, voice barely a whisper, even after everything. I know, Emeka replied gently, but for now, just survive. And so the night deepened, one filled with broken hearts, unanswered prayers, and a single shared hope that somewhere, somehow, baby Adana was still alive. 6 long months has passed since Adana disappeared. 6 months of sleepless nights, tears, regret, and torment. But fate was about to shift unexpectedly. It was a hot afternoon. Achalugo was heading to the market when her eyes locked onto a familiar car at a traffic light. Her heart jumped. It can't be, but it was. The driver, the very same one from that fateful day. Hey, hey! She screamed, dodging cars, her slippers flying off. The bus started to move. Stop that bus! She shrieked. Stop that bus! Thief! Pedestrians turned. A few buses ran ahead and blocked the road. The driver, alarmed, hit the brakes and stepped out just as Achalugo caught up and slammed her hands on the bonnet, weeping and panting. You, you are the one. You carried me the day I lost my baby, she cried. The driver's eyes widened. Madam, what is this? You want me to die? What's all this drama? People were gathering fast. A few men had started pushing the driver. Na you thief baby? You wicked oh. After 6 months, you dey waka free. The driver's voice trembled. Wait, I no thief anybody oh. This woman dey mad. One man stepped forward. Madam, what is going on? Achalugo turned. Her voice raw with pain. He is the bus driver, the one that carried me the day I lost my baby. I gave my baby to a woman inside the bus. I forgot her. I ran back and couldn't find the bus again. Please help me. The crowd buzzed and shocked, but instead of sympathy, whispers began. So you carry baby, hand over to stranger because of phone? She's mad. She's even madder than I thought. You lost your child and you are looking for who to blame. One woman spat. Na careless mother like you dey make us fear for tomorrow. The judgment pierced her soul. She lowered her head in shame. Tears rolled silently down her cheeks. I know, I failed. But please, I need help. Driver, please. The driver, visibly shaking, pulled her aside. Madam, why you go do dat kind thing now? Na small pikin oo. I know, I was stupid. Just, please, if you remember anything at all. He rubbed his forehead. I no remember the woman well. But wait, blue wrapper. Achalugo's eyes widened. Yes, blue wrapper. You remember her? I dey try recall. I don't know her name, but I think I dey carry her sometimes. She dey sell things. Enter my bus from Ojota Junction. I fit watch out. If I see her, I go call you. He pulled out a small phone. Give me your number. Achalugo, hands trembling, gave him the number. Please, she said, gripping his hand. If you see her, don't let her go, please. He nodded, still unsettled. God help us, madam. I pray make we find that pikin. That night, the driver couldn't sleep. The woman in the blue wrapper began to come clearer in his memory. Her face, her bags, her unusual drop-off near a makeshift store under the pedestrian bridge. He didn't know her name, but now he had a purpose. Somewhere out there, a child was missing, and he might just be the key. Achalugo sat by the window in her mother's house, clutching her Bible. Her face was pale, Drawn, sucking from sleepless nights and days of fasting. The same hands that once held a phone morning till night now trembled from weakness and unrelenting prayer. She had become a shadow of herself. No makeup, no filters, no laughter. Her only remaining obsession was hope. God, she whispered, voice shaking, even if I never smile again, please give me my child. Let me hold her one more time. I would never ask you for anything again. She closed her eyes, tears slipping silently down her cheeks. Her mother, Madame Informa, peeked into the room, sighed, and sat beside her. Your mates are posting birthday photos on Instagram. You are here mourning and begging like a mad woman. Achalugo didn't respond. You see what social media has cost you, her mother added. But I can't lie, I miss her too. That little girl brought light to this house. I don't care about anything again, mommy. Not this house, not social media, not even Obina's forgiveness. I just want Adana. Madame Ifoma swallowed hard and patted her shoulder gently. For once, her tongue stilled by the sorrow in her daughter's eyes. Meanwhile, it was a warm Sunday morning. The driver, Mr. Eze, had just finished dropping off a few early passengers when he turned a corner and saw her, the woman in the blue wrapper. His heart froze. It's her! It's her! Oh God, it's her! She wore a simple dress this time, returning from church with a Bible in her hands. She wasn't with a child. Mr. Eze palms began to sweat. He didn't approach her. He quietly parked by the roadside and waited as she crossed into a dusty street off the main junction. He started the engine and followed her slowly at a distance. Where is she going? He wondered. He watched her stop in front of a faded green gate and knock twice. A small girl peeked out, opened the gate, and let her in. The driver exhaled sharply. That must be her house. He parked further down the street and called Achalugo number with trembling hands. Achalugo picked up immediately, breath catching. Hello, hello. Madam, it's me, the driver. She jumped to her feet. You saw her? Yes, just now. She just entered her house. I traced her. Jesus Christ, where is the house? I don't know the exact address, but I know the junction and the street. Come now, come with police or your people. I will wait. I'm coming. Don't leave that place, I'm coming. She didn't even wear slippers. She just grabbed her mother's wrapper and ran out barefoot. Her phone close to her chest like a life raft. Mommy, I found her. The woman who took Adana. She's been found. Her mother stunned, pronged into action. Blood of Jesus, wait for me. Back on the street, Mr. Eze waited nervously, staring at the gate. A child's laughter echoed faintly from somewhere inside. Could it be her? Was Adana in that house? Please God, let this child be hers. Let this be the end of the pain. Achalugo's leg could barely carry her, but she ran like a mad woman, her wrapper dragging in the sand, tears already running down her face in anticipation, fear and wild hope. Her mother struggled to keep up, breathless and shouting after her, "Slow down, Achalugo, don't fall, wait for me." But Achalugo didn't stop, not until she saw the driver, Mr. Eze, waiting anxiously beside his park bus. Where? She screamed, panting, eyes wide. He pointed to the green gate. She entered there just a few minutes ago. Before Achalugo could storm in, her mother grabbed her hand. Wait, call your husband first. This is not the kind of thing you just enter like that. Achalugo pulled out her and died. Obina, it's me. Please, she's been found. I think I found Adana. What? Obina's voice cracked. I'm sure the driver saw her. Please come. Come with the police. Anything. I need you. I'm coming. Don't do anything yet. I'm on my way. 30 minutes later, Obinna arrived, tense and grim, accompanied by two plainclothes policemen. His eyes met Achalugo's, red and swollen. He hadn't seen her in weeks, and the transformation shocked him. But there was no time for sentiment. Are you okay? He asked quietly. She's inside. The driver said he had a child laugh. The officer knocked, and a young girl opened the gate. Good afternoon. Call your madam, one of them said. Within moments, the woman in the blue wrapper stepped out. Calm, smiling, a little too calm. Good afternoon. What's the problem? Achalugo pushed forward. Thou child inside. That is my daughter. My Adana. You took her from a box 6 months ago. The woman frowned. I don't understand what you are talking about. Obinna stepped in. Madam, we have evidence. Pictures, birth certificates. This is serious. I said I don't know what you are talking about. She snapped. That child is my daughter. The policeman pushed past her. Where is the child? Inside, in a small sitting room, a beautiful baby girl with chubby cheeks and big brown eyes was playing with toys. She looked up, confused as strangers flooded in. Achalugo gasped. Adana! She screamed, falling to her knees. The baby stared at her, recognizing nothing. Obinna's hands trembled. He knelt too, whispering, My baby. But the woman pushed forward. This is my child. Don't touch her. This is harassment. Madam, the officer said, do you have any evidence she's yours? I raised her. That is my evidence. No birth certificate, no pictures from birth. I don't take pictures. I'm not that kind of person. Then you won't mind a DNA test, Obinna said coldly. The woman froze. The color drained from her face. DNA test? DNA what? You heard me, Obinna said. Let's settle this once and for all. The officer stepped forward. You will need to come with us. She screamed and begged, but they led her away. 2 days later, they all sat in the lab waiting room. Achalugo hadn't slept. Obinna sat with his head in his hands. The woman was quiet, eyes sunken, barely breathing. The lab technician came out holding a file. He looked at all of them. We haven't finished the test, but you don't need it. The woman suddenly burst into tears. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's not mine. She wailed. I didn't plan it, but when no one came for her, I just took her. Achalugo gasped. She looked like a gift from God. The woman sobbed. I couldn't give birth. My husband left me. I saw her and I thought, maybe God sent her to me. I'm sorry. I know I was wrong. Achalugo didn't move. Obinna stood, his chest heavy. You stole my child. I raised her like your own. I didn't harm her. I failed her. I loved her. But you stole her, he said, teeth clenching. Do you know what you've done to us? What my wife went through? What I went through? The woman fell to the ground, crying uncontrollably. Please don't take her from me. But it was over. The child, Adana, was going home. The court didn't waste time. The woman who took Adana was charged with child adoption and handed over to the full weight of the law. She wept bitterly as she was led away in handcuffs, her cries echoing through the hallway. Achalugo stood frozen, watching her disappear down the corridor. Her heart ached, not with pity, but with the heaviness of what could have been. She could have ended up the same, destroyed by one moment of foolishness, but God has shown her mercy. Obinna came out, carrying Adana in his arms. The little girl was asleep on his shoulder, her tiny hand clenched in his shirt. Achalugo saw them and broke down again. Obinna, she whispered, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve either of you. He stopped in front of her. You are right, he said softly. You don't. Achalugo nodded slowly, accepting it. But I've watched you this past month, he continued, voice low and trembling. You've changed. I don't know what God did to you, but you are not the same woman I left. She wiped her tears, voice cracking. I didn't even know how much I loved this child until I lost her. My eyes opened when it was too late. You gave me everything, and I ruined it. Obinna looked at her wet loss, her tired eyes, her trembling lips. She wasn't the proud, selfless, obsessed girl from months ago. She was a mother, a woman who had gone through fire and was still standing. I never stopped loving you, Achalugo, he said, even when I hated what you became. But this version of you, I can live with her. I can raise our daughter with her. She gasped, covering her mouth. Ah, are you saying? I'm saying come home. He whispered, let's raise Adana together. Achalugo broke down in his arms, sobbing uncontrollably. I will never fail you again. I will never let anything take my attention from you two again. God knows I have learned. I have learned the hardest way. Obinna held her tight, Adana sleeping peacefully between them. Months later, the house was alive again, not with noise or vanity, but with peace. Achalugo cooked now, not just to impress, but out of love. She still had her phone, but it never controlled her again. She used it to watch sermons, parenting videos, and sometimes to share a family picture, not to show off, but to testify of grace. One evening, she watched Ovinna feed Adana and tears filled her eyes. I almost lost all this, she whispered. Obinna smiled at her, but you didn't. God gave us a second chance. She walked over and kissed his forehead. No more distractions, no more foolishness. This family is my everything. And from that day, their home became a quiet story of redemption, forgiveness, and love reborn. A mother's primary duty is her child, not social media. No amount of pampering can replace the discipline and responsibilities needed in marriage. Forgiveness, when earned, can rebuild what was once destroyed. Family is a gift. Cherish it before it becomes a memory. Hi besties, thank you for watching this story. Tell me, what moral lesson you learned from this story? Also, share, like, give this story a thumbs up. Turn up your notification button to get notified when I post a new video. Please, if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, do so by subscribing. Until I bring another interesting and educating story your way. Bye for now.